Hey y'all, hey! So in this video we're gonna try to make us a gift box. We're gonna wrap it with fabric or what have you, and then we're gonna put a beautiful bow on top of it. So let's go and get into it.
A journey through time.
Welcome to A Journey Through Time. I am your girl Wendy. If you're oldie but goodie, welcome back, and if you're new, welcome. As I stated, we're gonna make a gift box with a window in it. We're going to probably use some fabric. I'm not quite sure yet. And then I'm going to show you how to make these cute bows to put on top of it. This one's pretty big, so I'm probably going to show you how to make the smaller ones. And you can use these on anything. And I use cardboard. Of course, y'all know I love cardboard, right? So let's go and get into it. Okay, we're going to measure this board out 22 by 14. And I'm just measuring it from the edge of the board over here where it was already cut from the store. And I'm just going to mark my 22 inches. Normally, I like to just do my line first, but I'm just gonna do this cut. Okay. Should be able to bend it a little bit, and I am. So I can go back and either cut it, or I could cut it with the scissors. In this case, I'm just going to go over what I cut with the scissors. Alright. So this is the 22. Now by 14. So I'm turning it this way because seems to be the cleaner side for me. Okay, so I'm gonna go here and just mark my 14. And cut. All right. And if you look at this, you can see it still looks a little wacky right here. I'm not even gonna worry about it, y'all. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm gonna flip it over on the back side. And I'm going to do a 2-inch marking on all 4 corners. So I'm just bumping it up to the end. Down and get to find your middle. Ooh, I cannot talk. And I think I made this too big now that I'm looking at it. Because I did this, what, 22? Oh well. So my middle would be 11. Okay, that's my middle mark right there. I didn't mean to make this that big. I have too many projects laid out and I'm getting them confused. Meaning I'm gonna have to start writing my stuff back down like I used to. Scheduling and all. Do y'all do that too? Okay, so I'm gonna draw a line right here for the middle, so I have something to go by. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do now is splice these lines right here that I just made on all 4 corners. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna measure from this line right here, this little splice that we did on the side. You're gonna bump your ruler there. You're gonna bring it all the way up to the 6. Gonna mark the 6 right here. And here. I'm gonna come and do that on the other side. You're gonna bump it up to this line right here. Or you could do it from this line. Let's do it from that line since I showed you the other way. Okay, from the crease on the side. And you just come up to 6. Up here. The 6 again. Okay, so now you're gonna make a line. Right there. And come over here and do the same. Right there, okay? So once you've done that, you're gonna take your ruler and lay it across your line and make a splice, okay? Do not splice your middle line. Come over here on this side and do the same thing again. Okay, it should fold for you on both ends. So now, this is what you should have, hopefully. Okay, kind of like this. All right, it should be able to come up a little bit. I actually have it a little wider than I need it, but I think I'm gonna go this route. Still not sure. Okay. So now, get your scissors and cut right here to the crease, just there, and just there on both sides, okay? Kind of like that. There, you bring it in again, hoping that did what I needed to do. Okay, and you're gonna bring it in just like that. All right, and there is gonna be an opening. I thought so, but I wasn't sure. Okay, cool. All right, so once you've done that on both sides, you're gonna end up taking this and you're gonna raise this up and you're gonna glue this. Pick which one is going to be your back first, and then you're going to glue it to this. Okay, so and the line that you have right here, you're going to cut that as well. Just to there, of course, on both sides. And bring it in. Just like that. close it in. And you're gonna glue those pieces together, okay? You can make your window as big as you choose to. Just remember, this is the crease right here, okay? Where that crease is where you need to measure it from, all right? So for me, I could do, I could do a 1-inch window. Yeah, I could do a 1-inch window. It's gonna be very small, but it can definitely be done. And this is what I mean. You see how jagged everything is? So now it's cleanup time. Try to get all the stray pieces that's hanging out the way. And so this is the window that I can actually use for my box. Okay. And my bottom is really too big, but we're gonna leave it like that. I think I'm gonna leave it like that because I still want you to be able to put your stuff in here. Okay. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna have to cut this side the same way. So just put it right just to the corner. Okay. And you're gonna end up doing the same exact thing with this one. You're gonna bring it up and you're gonna glue the sides to it, okay? On both sides, just like that, all right? Okay, so let me go ahead on it. I actually put it in here because if you have something that's like huge, okay, I probably should have glued the bottom down first. Why does it look like it wants to give me trouble? Already cut out. This here is gonna go on the side and it's gonna go like this here. So you're gonna have to, once you cut your strip, once you measure it out on your box, okay, from here to here is where it's gonna go. This is kind of gonna play as a handle, all right? Matter of fact, let me see, 22 inches, okay, in length is how long this is, okay? And 2 inches in width. Okay, so that being the front of the box, you could take and glue. Normally, I would say to go and dress this up first. You know what I'm saying? It just would make it so much easier. But you could take it and glue it right here. I was gonna glue it, honestly, I was gonna make it longer and glue it from here onto the other side and go all the way down like this here onto the other side, but that would not allow it to hang over the way I want it to. So if I brought it upward, then it's gonna hang over just right. And I don't really have no reason to cover the other part. So it could be glued to this part right here. Just like this here. Okay, you could glue it down here And then you can also glue it to this part right here if you choose to. I think I'm going to. And then you'll bring it down on this side and glue it down to the bottom and the side of that, just like that. Okay, so this is what you should see once you got it glued down like that. All right, mine is not glued down yet because I'm trying to decide if I want to go and cover this first, which I'm thinking I will. So I'm going to take that off. I'm going to grab the fabric that I want to use for this. Mine's going to be a Valentine's Day edition. I got this fabric from Hobby Lobby, of course. Walmart used to have fabric. They just have the little block fabric that I showed you guys before now. They have this now. And that's just not enough to do anything. So I have to go to Hobby Lobby to get what I need. So I'm going to open this up. This is just a yard. And just find my way on how I want to put this on my box. Okay? Don't want to have to use too much if I don't have to. So what I'm doing right here is just measuring. All right? Just so I can see. I'm not even cutting or anything. So I'm going to leave this here, and then I'm going to see it's not far enough over on that side. So I'm going to move it over, because I want to make sure that I have enough on the side to cover the side of my box. Move it over some more. Kind of like that. So everybody has okay, so now that this part is done, this part can be done. Okay. Okay, y'all, change of plans. So disregard this. Okay, so what we're gonna end up doing. Okay, so since I'm not gonna do the handle on both sides because it just did not look right for what I want to do, I'm gonna have to change some things up. So on my sides, I'm gonna use some spandex, and I've already measured it. So what I did was just put it from here to here, and I'm gonna put 2 of these on each side. Of course, you know, they could be opened up a little bit if need be. Not this side, but so much, but this side. All right. So I did make one so you could see how it would look, and this is, we're gonna make them like in the material, like little scrunchies on both sides. Okay, and then they're gonna hook on each side of the box. Like I said, it's gonna be 2 on each side. So that's what we're gonna do with that. And I'm still waiting for my glue gun to heat up, but you just get you a strip, all right, and you're gonna turn it inside out, and you're gonna glue it together just like that there. Okay, once it dries, you're gonna turn it inside out, and you're gonna run your elastic band through it. Okay, once you run it through it, you're gonna glue each side right here and right here. This one here, I did not use glue. I actually used double-sided tape, but I have ran out, so that's that. So I already have my 3 pieces ready, actually 2 pieces ready, but I need 3. So I'm gonna do one more really quick. We'll just cut it from here. Okay, so meanwhile, in the meantime, in between time, we need to put a window in here. We need to cover this up. So I already have my window cut out. It attracts so much lint, but I have it sized up where it's gonna fit right in here, just like this, and then fold. There. But what I'm doing right now is just trying my box again because I done had to put so much stuff on it. Trying to see if anything's stopping me from closing it. And it's not. Now my window's gonna have to be cleaned. Never fails. Anywho. Okay, so right here, I don't like the little crease that it's making, so I'm gonna put a little line here on the foam to separate it. When I fold it up, I see a little buckle right here. So I could cut that down a little bit if I wanted to, because the top one is just fine. Whenever I fold it now, it's not gonna do it at all. All right, easy fix. Okay, you do have that opening, but that is just fine. Okay, so now let's get this bottom covered and these other two sides. But this is the side. Trying to make sure it's not too thick. Okay, yeah. Just like this. One end is going to be glued here. Matter of fact, I can do that part right now on this one. So I just put a a spot of glue right there, and just stick it on there. Okay. Now this is going to be covered, so I'm not worried about that too much. I'm not gluing this side yet because we're still working on it. All right. move that over for a second. I think this is the one that I did first, right? And I think I might have glued this too close. This is why I don't like to glue them. I prefer to use the double-sided tape. It's just so much easier than this mess right here. All right, so I had some technical difficulties with the camera and stuff, but the back of this box has fabric on it instead of the foam mesh, okay? So, and then the two sides are already on that I was telling you about. You just glue them onto the side. Now you can camouflage this part right here, okay? And what I need to do once my glue gun charges up is put two on this side, okay? So what we're doing is improvising from what I was initially gonna do, okay? So once those two sides are on, this piece right here is a bigger piece, all right? And it has the elastic band in it, and I glued the two edges down. And it's gonna go back here, just like this, all right? And it's gonna be Velcro to the front of the box like this. But this bow right here is gonna go right in this open space, just like that. Again, this is gonna be glued to the back of the box. And this here is gonna be right here in the front of the box. And so the bow is gonna be sitting right there in the middle of the box, kind of like that. Ain't that cute? So that's basically how the box is gonna be, besides me decorating the front of it. But I wanna, while we're waiting on my glue gun, I wanna show you how to make this real quick. So, move those over to the side. So basically all this is like a bow and arrow. So we can grab some regular cardboard, paper, whatever you want to use as your traceable, okay? And so, are you familiar with Pac-Man or just a bow and arrow situation? If you look, my points are just like that there. That's all it is, and it's on both sides. And I just put a line in the middle. So, first things first, you decide exactly how wide you want this part of it to be, right here, okay? So let's say we want that part to be 2 inches. Okay? So I'm gonna just draw a line from here. Well, you know what? Hold on. Before I do that, let me just show you how to do this. Start from one end of your cardboard or your paper, whichever one you decide to do, and just come around like you're doing a bow and arrow, just like that, and stop. Okay? Then you're gonna make a line straight down as far as you want it to go. All right? Come back up here to the top. Come downward like a V, like you're gonna do a V. Okay, it don't have to be perfect. Mine is not perfect by far, okay? That's definitely terrible, but anywho. Y'all see how these lines is doing me? But y'all get the gist of what I'm showing you, right? And then it's got these ridges. I'm blaming it on the ridges. Okay. Then you go and cut your cardboard. Gonna get you a nice little line cut there. Even if you don't go by your drawing, because you know you don't draw straight. Okay, come all the way around. Right there. Okay. Go on and do your nice little splice right here. Now this piece that you're working on right here is going to be your sample piece, okay? So do whatever you want to with it after. It's pretty much like your template. So what I'm doing now is just cutting out all this extra out my way so I can see what I have. So this is what I see, and so this is what we're going to go by. So now, if you're anything like me and you need it to be straight and even on the other side, go right in the middle of it. Do a nice little splice. Again, this is just going to be your starter piece, okay? what you want to do is take it, and I'm going to splice this all the way down just so I can fold it, okay? Just like this. Now you can do the other part of that V. Go around it again and come down, right? All right, so got it folded, right? I'm gonna go ahead on and cut that. And then we're gonna cut it all the way around here. And just play with it a little bit until you get it, all right? This is me just cutting out the extra pieces so I can see my work. All right, open it back up. See what we have? We already have one side. We have the tail. And that's if you make this small. If you want to make it bigger, you can make it bigger. All right, so we're going to come down a little more on here because the other side is like that. I'm going to say it's right there, okay? So I'm going to cut right here where this line's supposed to be. Now, if it's too much of a bow, which I think it is, too much space in the middle, you can fix that because this is just your template. Okay? So now find your middle on where you want this to be. I'm going to say right there. And what I do is I fold it over and you're going to trace it again. Okay, so this paper ain't big enough, so I'm going to slide it down some to make it big enough. That means I'm going to take away from my middle. Don't you do that, okay? This is just to give you an idea. Just give yourself enough where you can go ahead on and finish out your drawing. Okay? So now we got something to go by, right? Everything should be the same. And you can make this round. It does not have to be pointy. I just like the way the point looks. You can definitely round that off if you want to at the end. Again, this is preference only. Okay. Come on this side. Do the same thing. Boom. You got your template. All right. So now you want to know how you're going to get the actual bow part on it. Let's see. I'm going to use one because this is already like cut in half. So we're going to use one that I have right here, okay? But this is still your template. Same thing. So we're going to grab a purple one because I got to make a purple one. So these are not all going to go on boxes. These are also going to go on the tops of my cups and stuff. So that's why I'm making a few of them kind of massive size. So I'll leave the white for the bottom. So you can trace it out, all right? And get your design cut out. Once you get your design cut out, let me show you. I'm just going to do it. Oops. Okay, so you just cut this out. Now you don't have to use cardboard. You could just cut out the foam sheet and just use it as your ribbon if you want to. You don't have to put the cardboard on it. The cardboard is on the bottom of mine because it's going to go on some surfaces that I need something to be a little more stable and a little harder. And of course the foam is not neither one of those things. That's the start of it right there, okay? Move all these away over here. So how I get the bow part to it is this. I fold my foam just like this. Get you another foam sheet, fold it. I'll go to the end of mine, all right? Kind of like here, right? Flip it over with this on it, okay? And what I'm trying to use is the bubble. So I'm gonna bring it down a little more. Instead of halfway, I'm gonna bring it down to about right here. So you can see on the other side, okay? We want, did I just turn this the wrong way? Yeah, I did. Confusing myself. Okay. Hold on, y'all. I just confused myself just now. Okay, this is it. It's so hard to teach sometimes. Okay. Got it. So this is how I do it. I lay it on the top just like this right here, right? Then I flip it over like this, okay? And I trace it right here. And then I go right to the middle, wherever the middle is on here. Making sure I go around. And make sure that you're on your foam all the way, okay? All right. So then I take the scissors and I cut it out. This is why the fold is so important. And then I cut it to wherever I did the little lining on both sides. And then cut it this way. And there you have it. Like that. Okay, so evidently, yeah, there was a cut out of that, but that's how it's gonna be. And I could go with this, even with that on it, but I won't. But let me show you something. So when you lay it on here, you just stick it right here in the middle, and you plop it up the way you want it, and there go 1/2 of your bow right there, okay? What I like to do is glue my pieces down, okay? So once you got this piece here done, you pretty much could take this piece and do the same thing on the other side. Just make sure you got enough covering it before you do it. Like, I don't do what I just did. Okay, so right here is where I'm gonna size it up this time. I'm looking at both sides and it looks okay. Now I'm just gonna follow it. Okay. And I'm following the piece up under it, not the top piece, okay? But the top piece is kind of moving on me. Now you can trace it, you don't have to do it this way. And now you have two, but you see how wide this is? So, hold on. And bump it up closer so I can get an accurate cut, because that joker is big. It only happens when I'm showing somebody something though. Usually everything goes smoothly. Anywho, you would take and put one here and here, and you're gonna bump these two together. Like I said, my glue gun is not ready yet, but you could go on and glue these pieces together first and then glue them to your bottom piece. And then you can just poke it up like this on both sides, and then you have your bow. And so all you have to do now is put your middle piece in there. So let me see if my gun is even ready to do anything. Okay, so as I was saying, I think my glue gun is ready now. I think so anyway. So just add a little glue right there. Try to get the strings off. And make them hug, just like that. Take your other one, do the same. Okay, and so all you have to do now is add some glue to your little part that's supposed to go in the middle. Okay, this gun is not hot yet, but we're still gonna go with it. Like that, right there in the middle. And then you can puff your bow up the way you want to. All right, and do this one on the other side the same way, just like this. Then get you some more, because now you need to cover the middle. Okay, just size it up however you think you need. Just gonna go all the way down with it. Okay, now if you're gonna put it on the cardboard, I suggest you put it on the cardboard first. Is this my big one or my little one? I don't know, but make sure I grab the right one, because I have big ones and small ones. So if you decide that you want to do the cardboard, right, go on and glue it on the cardboard first, just like this. Just put it on there and glue it on there nicely. All right, normally before I even put anything on, I put the bottom part on first, just this little piece right here. I put that on first, and then I go back and put my little bow part on. But if you don't want to do that, then you can just go on and put the whole thing on at once. It's just sometimes it could be a headache, okay? That's all. And if it's not on straight, then you have to come back and fix it and cut it. This one here is not too bad. So it does need to be shaped up a little bit, because I put it on there differently than I would normally do. Then you find your piece. I like to start right here in the middle, and I'm going to wrap it around this end, and it's going to be wrapped around this end. Just like that. Mine's a little too big, because I don't like the way it's restricting my bow. I'll cut this off, because I don't need that much of it. So you just cut it down. Just like that, until it fits the way you want it to fit. Ooh, that was a lot of glue. Okay, we working now. Press it down, flip it over, and you're just gonna fold it in the back. All right, I'm actually rushing this one, but you could be a whole lot neater than I am right now. And just cut off what you don't need. Just want it just to, you know, flip over to touch the other side. Like I said, this one is not on very good, but just to give you guys an example. All right. So you can fluff it up a little bit. Just like that. And then you can dress it up even more than that if you want to. Okay? Okay, let's finish this box really quick. All right, so now I have one of these already on here. And what I'm gonna do first is just add some glue so I can get the material to latch onto the spandex. Elastic. What did I say, spandex? Elastic. Same thing over here. Don't need a whole lot. of elastic. Okay, gluing it on both sides. Okay. All right, y'all, I know this was a long time coming, right? But this is the box that I was talking about. Now, this could be for a preteen or really for anybody, all right? Like I said, you'd be surprised people that really love to get things that is handmade, because it's just customizing. You're not going to find it anywhere else, if you know what I mean. And I enjoy that when they come to my table and they see stuff like that. So, I showed you how to make the little bows, and like I said with this one here, I changed what I was gonna do for it, and this here can just come on off. All right, like I said, I'm gonna be putting these on several different things, but you still have your space to put some stuff in here however you want to put it in here. I still cannot fill mine up yet because I'm still waiting on some stuff to come, and it's taking forever, but I'm still gonna keep making my boxes for the upcoming holidays, mainly for Valentine's Day, because that's the biggest one. You want to have as much as you possibly can. Anywho, I hope you liked this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video. Bye for now.